Hey guys, Kevin here with etrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Valterra's Bladex single waste valve with 3-inch hub-to-hub fittings. This single waste valve is really easy to use. All you have to do is simply pull your handle out. Once that's out, it releases the blade into this section of it and allows water to pass through our pipes down to our other valve. And then when we're done with that, we can go ahead and simply push it in. Now, if you do have issues trying to get down to this, you can also switch over to our cable-actuated ones. It's going to basically have a cable that runs from the waste valve up to wherever you want to mount it, and then you can easily pull it without having to really bend over or get under your motorhome. So taking a look at our neighbor's backup waste valve that they have on here, they have two of them. So they have one at their double waste valve where you typically see it on your camper or motorhome, where they can easily hook up their drain pipe and empty out their tanks. But our neighbor wanted to take an extra step. They had a second one installed years ago, and it's just kind of worn out a little bit. After a while, the gaskets on these tend to wear out and kind of disintegrate away, or maybe they just don't function quite as well as they used to, and the little blade that's inside doesn't really want to close that gap as well. So when it gets to that, it's time for replacement. Now, our neighbor went ahead and ordered one with hubs on it. So there's two different types of fittings that you're going to typically see. It's going to be a hub or a spigot. On this one, it's two hubs, and what a hub means is basically it's going to be a spot for something else to slip into. As far as installation goes, this can be a little bit challenging if you have to actually cut off any of your other fittings or your pipes. If maybe you have a straight pipe coming through here and you have to install that in there, and you're going to need to make sure that you also grab the correct ABS cement. That way you properly have it sealed up with those pipes. If not, if you don't have to do all that, if you're just replacing one that you already have, go ahead and just take those bolts out and replace just the valve itself. It'll make your life a whole lot easier.
You can start by removing the bolts on our old one now. Now we have all the bolts out, we can go ahead and remove our valve. Pop out any of the gaskets. Yeah, those gaskets are trashed.
So the easiest way to really do this is just to remove the 4 bolts that hold these flanges and then go ahead and just swap out the waste valve itself. All right, as we get that last bolt out, you can see that the flange will pop right off of our waste valve. Like I said, you can easily get these and replace them. There's quite a few people that'll break the handles off. Maybe they have something in the road, pop up and hit it and break it off, and it's just a lot easier to swap this out instead of replacing the entire system. So if we take a look inside of here, there's going to be these little gaskets. You can pop those off. We're going to use the newer ones. I'm sure the old ones on there are probably ready to be retired.
Go ahead, we'll stick on new gaskets. And we can slip in our valve. And insert our new bolts. Now that they're all hand tight, I'm going to come back and just tighten them up with my wrenches. Make sure they're nice and snug. We don't want to go too hard though, because this is just plastic, so there's a good chance of it breaking the flange if you go too hard on it. This one's a little bit cracked on this end, but it is still okay to use because that gasket inside is still getting enough. But if it got any worse than that, I'd say go ahead and replace the flange.
Now that all of our bolts are nice and tight, we're good to go. You can easily pull the new valve in and out and prevent any water from getting past this point until you're ready. Well, I think that about does it for today's look at the Valterra Bladex single waste valve with 3-inch hub to hub fittings. My name's Kevin. Thanks for watching.